Right, hello peeps, just a bit of a tip. I mean, people have probably already worked this out for themselves, but you see this little routed line around the edge of the plastic panels on the ambulance. It sits into this channel here. Well, if you haven't got a router and you don't mind taking a couple of risks, well, it's not really a risk, it's as safe as you make it, but what I do is, after I've cut it using my circular saw, what I do is I lift the blade of the circular saw up so it's only a few millimetres deep, like that, and I basically run it along the edge, move it out a couple of mil, run it along the edge, and I use it as a router, and it cuts out, as you can see, this routed edge, so that when you come to build your cabinets, hopefully if you've cut it deep enough, which I have, just, and that's because I'm on the edge of the workbench there, you've cut it deep enough, it slots on like that and is locked in place just like the original cabinets were built. And that's because I don't own a router. All I own is this cheap pro circular saw thing with a Lidl's battery cable tied and hot wired into it. And all you do is you just lower the base or raise the drill. That's where it normally sits for normal cutting depths. You can alter the angle at the front, but I don't really mess about with that if I can help it, because I like all the cuts have got to be 90 degrees. But that's how I do it. A couple of passes, it cuts out the edge of the plastic, and then I just run along it with a chisel or a screwdriver or whatever you've got handy, in case there's any little bits still there. And there you go, you've cut down a board. I hope that makes sense to people. As I say, there's not a lot of room in here at the moment because I'm doing the gas locker at the back. As I said earlier, as you can see, there's the framework for it, and now I'm just cutting this board here to go in that gap there, leaving this upright to come up past that top cross member, which is there, and support the front bedpost, the front bed rails it runs across. As I say, I'll get it together and I'll get back to you in a minute, and hopefully it'll make a bit more sense. I'll see you in a minute.